Egwu ndụ, egwu ọnwụ.
Long time ago, before tarred roads touched Umuodara, before radios and cell phones spoke into our ears, there was a village surrounded by thick bamboo trees and red earth. The people of Umuodara were known for their music. Even their farming was rhythmic, their market calls melodic. But one thing made them famous. The well in the village square could sing. Yes, sing. They said the well had been dug by the gods themselves. At night, especially during full moons, a soft, mournful melody floated up from the deep, stone-lined hole. No one knew where the sound came from, only that it was hauntingly beautiful. Like the voice of a woman long dead, calling for her lost lover. Children grew up listening to the stories. It is Marima, the goddess of rain, the elders would whisper, and she sings when the world is too dry. But not everyone believed it was a goddess. Especially not Chibik, the village troublemaker. Chibik was 17. Strong. Stubborn. He laughed too loudly, spoke too quickly, and obeyed no one. His father, a respected hunter, was ashamed of him. A child who mocks the gods won't grow old enough to fear them, warned Motsi Obidike, the oldest man in Umuodara. But Chibik didn't care. He threw stones at masquerades, snuck into the sacred forest, and once poured palm wine into the ancestral shrine just to prove the gods were nothing but old tales. One evening, as the moon rose and the village gathered to listen to the well sing, Chibik stood before everyone and shouted, "It is not a goddess. It is a trapped spirit, or worse, a trick. I will prove it. Tomorrow, I will climb into the well." Gasps filled the square. Even the flute players stopped playing. No one had ever gone into the well. Not even the bravest warriors during war. Chibik's mother wept. His father refused to speak to him. But Chibik sharpened a long rope from his father's goat pen, tied a calabash to his belt, and waited for dawn. As cockcrow echoed across Umuodara, villagers crept out of their huts. Some came to stop Chibik. Others, out of morbid curiosity. The village priestess, Nena, arrived late, clutching her staff and shaking her head. "You will not return whole," she warned. Chibik grinned. "I don't need to return whole. Just with proof." He tied the rope around a strong branch of the iroko tree beside the well. Another rope went around his waist. Then, without a final prayer, he climbed down. Deeper. And deeper. The sun rose higher. Birds flew across the square. But no sound came from the well. Not even his voice. At sunset, the rope twitched. A gasp rippled through the gathered crowd. The rope moved again. Slowly. Hands helped pull. Grunts echoed as the villagers worked together. Then, Chibik emerged. Covered in mud, his eyes wide, mouth trembling. He was holding something. Not gold. Not a spirit. But a piece of black cloth soaked in water, heavy and ancient looking. And he spoke just 4 words. "She is not alone." Then he fainted. Chibik did not speak again for 7 days. When he finally woke, he was no longer loud. His voice was soft, barely above a whisper. His hands shook when he looked at the cloth. He begged the priestess to burn it. But Nena refused. She placed it in a calabash and hid it in her shrine. That night, the well did not sing. Nor the next. Nor the next. Instead, a new sound began, wailing. Every midnight, for 9 nights, the well cried like a child lost in the forest. The villagers did not sleep. Even the animals refused to go near the square. Then the deaths began. First, Motsi Obidike died in his sleep, his ears bleeding. Then a young mother was found by the well, her baby gone, her eyes open, staring at the sky. The village wept. Nene called the elders. "This is no longer a gift. The well is angry. Something has changed." Chibik confessed. "I saw her. A woman with no feet. Hair like roots. She wept. She said I had disturbed the balance. That the song kept something beneath from waking. Now it is awake. The elders begged Nena to help. She said only one thing could fix it. Someone must go back. Not to return. A sacrifice. Chibik, tears streaming down his face, volunteered. I broke it. I will fix it. The villagers prepared him. Nene tied a white cloth around his head and smeared his face with ash. His mother wept, but did not stop him this time. As the full moon rose, Chibik descended once more, this time barefoot, carrying only a flute and the curse cloth. The villagers listened. The wailing stopped. Then, singing. Soft. Sweet. Familiar. The well sang again. But Chibik never returned. Only his flute floated up 3 days later, dry and polished. Today, the village square is quieter. The well still sings on full moons. No one dares draw water from it. It is only for the gods now. Children are told, if you hear the well calling your name, cover your ears and run. Some songs are not meant for human hearts. And if you visit Umuodara, and walk past the well on a moonlit night, you might still hear the faint tune of a flute, played by a boy who once laughed at the gods, and then gave himself to them.